You can find me at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, .TV on IG.
Hey, yeah, sorry about that that delay. So I haven't finished the conversation, but I was in the middle of a conversation with a guy from the Creative Alliance, and so come to find out, and I didn't know this until just now. He must have saw my video. They actually used the term sidewalk serenades for their series. And so he was saying, actually, we're talking about it now. He actually doesn't mind me using the name. And they also are interested in me working with what they're doing too, which is kind of really what we just talked about a few minutes ago, where they're basically booking events where people can reach out to them and pay for a musician or band or musicians.
That's the thing. What's the guy's name whose house we were at, the porch?
Oh yeah,
Henry. What's his name?
No, Eddie. Private.
Yeah, he was talking about that. Remember?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I just sent them a message back to see if they still are okay with me using the name for what I do, and then we'll see from there. But anywho, yeah, I wanted to go ahead and chop it up with you about what you were telling me. If you could take me from the top, and we could get it in. I got about maybe 10 minutes before I gotta jump into another call.
I mean, we can talk about it. I kind of lost track of where I was, or we can just pick it up later. I mean, it's not a big deal. I was just telling you, I think, about the
your branding, how you
about the website, the podcast, and how and so that's it.
Okay. So I mean, I think you were saying that you're looking at putting it all under I am Sherri Goodall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea because I think what happens is, with that, yes, I know that the business is separate and different from you, but honestly, right now and until further notice, all the business is coming through you. And so in order for the beauty of setting it up this way is that you're actually building your name in a really strong way, which to me, that's the most important, like, tower that like out of our whole equations, even to the point of using that to actually bring attention to like whatever our mothership is,
Right.
So in this case, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely, because people are going to remember you. And then whether they want services or whether they just want to find out more about you, they come to that one particular place, and then it branches off from there. Like you say, then you have a site under there that goes to just your site. But I'm telling you, that's the best thing you could do. It actually goes a long way when it comes down to the business aspect of it, because when it's just like the old it's just a classic, scenario. Like, we're human beings, we're social beings. So like the more trust people establish with you, the more that they'll trust your business because they trust you. And everybody, I mean, to come into your world, and even if I'm interested in services from you, but to be able to hang out with you and see you do raw and real, see you somewhere just documenting your journey, it just brings me closer to you. I develop more of a relationship with you. And the best part about it is that you don't have to be right there while I build that relationship. I can actually build that relationship with you through your other content,
Right.
So I think this, I love, the more succinct something is like that, the better. I just actually had someone else who I advised the same thing, and they brought everything under the same umbrella in that way. And then, you know, there was a tree, and then they had the branches that went all out into their own worlds. And it's already starting to equal some real solid branding progress in the minds and in the hearts of people, you know. So kudos. You as they say, you already. I like my cousin. When people say that, my cousin is like, already what? What? You already. Yeah, so.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right on point. And you were saying that, you know, you were talking about like what was most important to you. I think you said that you really want this thing to be led by your podcast, your audio podcast, and the video versions of your podcast too.
Yeah. So that's like my driving force. That's my pillar is the podcast, and everything else stems out from there. So like the YouTube channel is just a video version of the podcast. Yeah. And then my social media stuff is kind of an extension of the podcast, but also more of me talking about like marketing and lifestyle. Because I told you I did some research, and lifestyle brands seem to be the ones that actually monetize and do the best. And so I don't want to be a lifestyle brand, but I want to make sure that I incorporate the lifestyle. So I don't know if you know, but I started a new Facebook group on the 4th of May. And it's called Midlife Women Entrepreneurs. And I have 27 people in the group right now. I'd like to grow it. So I think I'm gonna start running some ads for it. But the whole point was that I wasn't finding women that were, as the group says, 40-ish or over, 40-ish and over, who are women entrepreneurs. And because a lot of things speak to like young moms or, you know, 20-something, 30-something-year-old women starting careers in entrepreneurship, you know. And then, to be quite frank with you, I watched the documentary on Netflix called She Did That. And it's about Black women entrepreneurs. Well, they didn't represent my age group, and I wasn't happy about that. Because there are women in my age who you can't count us out. We're doing the darn thing. So I kept looking for the group, and I was talking to my friend Tara, and she was like, so start it. And I was like, yeah, because she started a group. Oh my God. So my friend Tara started a group the day before I started mine. And as of Saturday, she had 12,000 and some odd 100 people in her group.
Nice.
Right.
And
hers is called Black Women Who Love Outdoor Living Spaces. So so she rebranded herself quickly in 3 weeks and became the patio chick. And it's literally people who just want to decorate their patios, regardless of how big or how small, and just are like, they jump in there, they're giving shopping tips, they go live. I mean, they just do they put pictures in there. So she's got sponsors, like it just blew up. Literally, she's averaging 1,000 new members a day.
I love it. I love it.
And it's so funny because we were putting a workshop together, and then she called me one day and was like, I had a dream. And she was like, and I just want to start this new group. Do you think it's crazy? And I was like, no. And so she started it, and there was a few people in there. And then she was like, girl, guess how many people are in my group now? And I'm like, how many? And she was like, 3,000. I was like, what? Didn't you just start that? She was like, yeah. So then she said, would you be mad at me if I decided to I was like, not at all. As a matter of fact, I'd be mad at you if you didn't push our thing back.
Yeah.
And it's organic. She hasn't run an ad or anything.
Yeah, so you know what that means. That's a really good sign, because that means she, like you're saying now, she literally has something that is potent. And that means if the organic traffic is like that, then you already know what that means. You add on top of that a layer of running ad. Oh gosh.
Right.
That's beautiful. I would love, yeah, that's beautiful. I'll tell you this, I've had a lot of success recently from Facebook ads, and just getting better and better with getting results with, you know, what I call the lunch money formula. You know,
Mm-hmm.
$5, $10, sometimes $1, and I have been really, like, it just keeps getting better and better. But it's because I'm getting more and more. I'm just getting more and more accurate with like how to actually put the right content in front of the right people.
Right.
And it's so, the funny thing is, it's actually really like, the deeper I go into it, when it comes to creating the content, I realize it's actually simpler and simpler. Like, it gets more and more simple. It's actually, the more simple, the better. So like, a lot of first gut reaction kind of statements, a lot of like things that aren't like, that just are immediate access. Like, would you like this? Or like, I put up like, you know, I miss Obama's heart, just that by itself. And like, it's going crazy. You know, I put up, you know, stuff like, give each other the space and not the evil eye, cute. And like, it's going, you know, crazy. And the other fun thing about this is, now that's naturally starting to, I'm having Twitter type of posts now too. And so now I'm realizing these are like Twitter type of posts, and I'm starting to put those there too. So that way, you know, I'll be putting some investment there without, right now I'm not physically there hanging out and doing a lot, because I don't have time to build Twitter that way. But I'm very aware, like, of these posts as like Twitter posts. Twitter is very impulsive, very like first thought, first, like, not long, just real short and to the point, gut reaction kind of vibes. And so anyway, that does really, really well when it comes to Facebook ads and stuff like that too. Like, not that you have to be gimmicky, but it's just the more visceral, as far as off, like, how you would think about this thing off the cuff, the better, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I put up like I put up a post that was a motivational post that was really direct. I was using the psychology of like talking directly to people. So the post starts off like, "Hey, you," like, yes, you know.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, and so that automatically, just by itself, because of the way that the direction that I wrote the post, is doing a lot. But then I put up 3 versions of that. You know, one which is just the text by itself, another which is a photo, and then that's the caption, and then another which is just the video version of me saying it, and running them 3 side by side, you know, and just looking at the results. And with the picture just literally says, it's one of the caption, and it's just the caption, the period, and though is like THL period, you know, stuff like that are really relating to first, like, hand visceral responses. So I'm really having a whole lot of fun. Like, mine is growing, like, honestly, at least sometimes like close to 100 people a day.
Are you running ads 5 days a week, 7 days a week, or?
As far as like how many days I select when I create it.
No, how often?
Most of the time, just $1. Oh, how many days? I just do it spontaneously. So now, honestly, it's pretty much like 7 days a week now, because I'm boosting like damn near every post. Like, it's like it's been fun too, because it's almost been like how you gamble, you know, and like, if you get into gambling, but you get like good at it, and you're playing low stakes, but you know how to get a lot out of a little. So I've pretty much been looking at it in that way. I've been playing it almost like how you play the lottery, but of course with this is no guessing. I know what I'm going for, but still reaching for certain things and trying out different things. But I've been doing them, like, I've been spending so much money, but it all makes sense to me, because I like now what's happening is for $5, I might do a video where I just take one screenshot from that video, like what I'm doing with my In the Shed practice series, and I'm just taking one photo from that, and that photo has, you know, I'm talking about something specific with that photo. But like with $5, I mean, it's bringing at least organically like people that are engaging in it and have interest like actually in it in some way because it lines up with their life. I mean, it's bringing like 200-300 people like just off of one post, and I'm like, with the way that I'm building this thing, a $5 investment is easily turning around because all of my content now has all the donation information. It's all geared towards reciprocity, and then it all at the tail end still has information that leads you to products and services on the far end, but like the whole front end is nothing but just like giving. It's reciprocity, and like I'm glad now because I used to do $1 with everything. Now I'm able to move to like $5 and $10, and I'm glad because I've strategically worked up, and now it's like ramping up. It's ramping up really seriously. So I see how just continuing to do this and continuing to just get better at like just being creative, like the creative thing. I put up a post today. I can't wait to see how this does. I put up a post that says, I think I have a crush on Michelle LaVaughn Robinson. You know, she's so down to earth, you know. And I was
Right.
and then I added to it later and I was like, you know, look her up if you don't know who it is. So of course, first of all, people can like who is this person you talking about you have a crush on and why is he broadcasting it? You know, and then when they find
Right.
out that it's Michelle Obama, then it's like, oh wow, like that was an interesting way to put who is this dude, you know?
Right.
And I've had a lot of people that have come my way from that aspect of like, wow, that was interesting. I don't know you, but like you got me immediately. And I've only had a few like literally I can count on one hand people that have come to me like with negativity, like or just being offended, like who are you? Why is this on my timeline? Fuck
Right.
you and all this kind of shit.
I had a
But
lady that I
that's
did
always fun too.
I did a
Yeah.
live event Saturday morning, and this lady was in the event, and I was like, how did you find our group? And she was like, it popped up on my timeline and it just sounded interesting. And I was like, well, welcome. So she joined the group.
Right.
That was good.
Yeah. That's what I'm living for. Yeah. And I pushed it to people within a 1 mile radius of Dorito Park. And I had a couple people that reached out that was like, oh snap, like this is cool, you know. So I have fun. Like for me, it's fun actually. It's almost like I said, it's literally like going into a casino.
Right.
It's gambling, but just being, you know, getting good at at putting low risk of, you know, low risk investments and learn. You can. And the best part about it is you learn regardless, because even if you know you spend a couple dollars and it doesn't work out, then you're able to see that. You're able to see what works out and what doesn't, you know. So yeah, I think that your group, that's really, really good, and I'm glad that you are going that direction, service in that niche, and yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to
But
that.
the other part of it is too that there's still my core market of who my client base is.
You're still trying to figure that out? You saying, or you
No, I
or
said they are. The people in the group are my client base.
yeah, that's great. Then you're right on the money.
So I want to spend the group talking more about lifestyle and business, some about marketing, because that's what I do. But I don't want to just be pushing marketing down their throat all the time.
No, you won't, because then if you do, you won't have a group, because yeah,
Exactly.
people. Yeah, so I think that's good, and that's why I'm glad that people are becoming more comfortable with like pulling these worlds together, because now it just goes hand in hand. I don't care if you're the CEO of the biggest company. Outside of what you do as a CEO, I mean, what you're offering and what you're running as far as business, people care about what kind of ice cream you like, and it matters to them, and it's how they build a deeper level of trust with you. So instead of
Yeah.
it being conflicting, with your interest, it it actually boosts your interest. It actually makes people more interested in you because you're a human being as well as a superhero or a very popular or professional person. So
Yeah.
yep, that is the deal.
That's it.
So all right, cool.
All right,
Well,
so I know you gotta go. I will chit chat with you later.
yeah, sounds good. We'll definitely catch up later.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care now.
Yeah. So to help me to make more content like this, please see the info in the description or comments. Thanks so much for watching. And if we're not already connected on all my other homes, the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, etc., where you can find me at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, V at Aaron Hill TV, .TV on IG.